eating.
Don't like those eyes you got. There's a bad hunger to them.
Spit it out.
You like to walk in this weather? Let's go home.
Get on with it.
Me can't believe how astonishing all these places me visiting are, mate.
You were with the Imperials at the outpost, right? Killed all those damn orcs off? I hope you make...
Not often mercenaries come waltzing into my chamber. Just 2 days ago, my guard butchered a small group of witchmen just outside the city walls. The first time in a while they've come this close. They butchered all but one that left for the hills deep within the valley, and by coincidence, a necklace of mine went missing. Hearing you speak of such relics like they were common jewels makes me sick. This amulet is what keeps you in this town safe.
You're cold.
I shouldn't become riled with naivety. Off you go, lest you forfeit the gold you desire and forgo the safety you'll have within my walls.
Spit it out. Make yourself busy.
Oh, such colors.
Oi, sometimes me thinks there's two of you running in circles around me. Why don't you cool a bit, matey?
Come for aid? In fear of tooting my own horn, I would say immeasurably, considering that the clergy have congealed with royalty. The two castes have governed in tandem and continue to do so in some kingdoms. Every lord and king has his own priest, sometimes to keep up traditions, but most commonly to convene meetings with other kingdoms via the priest's relations to one another, normally overseen by the priest's circle. A council of priests, set up soon after the dissolution of the Mages Guild in the province, supplanting their purpose, yet with a limited interest in the arcane, as from what came before. With restoration taking center stage in our studies, we don't dabble in the more destructive arts, as many royals fear their kingdoms turning into despotic theocracies with a ruling mage class, as has happened with a number of kingdoms when the Mages Guild held prominence. You most likely came across remnants of Durrani civilization, a wonder to modern architects and laborers alike that their structures still hold after all these years. Even the marble still shines, not having succumbed to the ruinous elements that erode our walls every so often. How did it feel? Was the air strangely fresh? How bizarre. That's not characteristic of the Durrani at all. Wait, yes. Not Durrani at all, but Ayleid. The Ayleid embassy built by those Durrani all those millennia ago. You've heard of the Elysian Empire, surely, and their revolt against the Ayleids of Old Cyrodiil, ages before the Empire came to be. Then I needn't bore you with yet another recital. That slave revolt, having swept over large swathes of Cyrodiil, had then turned their gaze west to the Durrani hegemony, now High Rock. Desperate and engulfed in panic, the Durrani pulled whoever they could from what remained of the Ayleid. One prominent figure, with the moniker of the last king, Dinah by name, who had followed that fleeing diaspora. A very desperate alliance, to speak the truth. In no other situation would that vile king interact with an outsider, let alone send aid for his king. When the first Elysian stepped into his periphery, the nightmare was unleashed. The Reach had turned into some damned oblivionscape that would send any timid soul running to the other end of Tamriel. That's what the tomes showed, though such a being that was surely the product of Daedric consort could have just faded into the arms of whatever prince he knelt to. When they did breach the inner sanctum, scholars had talked of the interior being a patchwork of human bodies, stitched together from one end of the giant hall to the other. The king and his debauched Aelid underlings were seemingly unfazed about the assailants at the gate, still immersed in their profaned work. This allowed those forlorn Nords to approach. Upon realizing that his artistry was meddled with, he recoiled and flayed those unfortunate souls who made their advance, almost in an instant. Then came the cacophony of screams, killing those further back immediately after. When it proved futile that mere men went up to the task, Alesia had called upon a friend. All evidence and descriptions of this person pointed to one candidate, Polynial. Not often do the clouds part, and we have a simple tale which can be spun to the young. If you're looking for such stories, then Evermore and those lands further west will be your calling. Though looking at you, such light-hearted tales would quickly grow to bore. Well enough, got my health at least, though it can always be better. Oh, I wish for the day when I wasn't, but no, this isn't the look of mere distress. It's also of curiosity. You see, we've recently suffered a string of thefts within this very temple, and I've no idea why. It's not like our coffers are being emptied. The thief seems to take an interest in particular relics. We'd have gotten wind of such valuables circulating the markets if that were the case. Not many deal in rusted jewelry around here. Couple that with the frequency means our suspect couldn't have gone far. We've requested the guard to help in this minor crisis. They've been generous enough to spare some eyes to watch over the temple during our absence. But nothing, neither beggar nor vagrant has appeared. So failing that, our temple's missionary, Reamonn, has taken up the pursuit. He's quite the prodigy in alteration. One such exercise he's mastered are the Great Searches, scouring the land through projected arcane vision, and while using his particular skills to search for our most recently vanished item, he found it. I knew you were the daring type. The posture always gives it away. Right, key detail I've mistakenly omitted. You're searching for a specific ring, down in the dungeons of Grey Belmore. If you're not sure what that warped ruin is, then take a step outside the southern gate and turn your eyes to that ugly stretch of scenery just beyond the river. We've the faintest idea of what dwells there, other than what's seen treading the surface, so I advise great caution. I'll beg Mara's ear for your safe return.
The pain. Somebody stop the pain.
Something you need? Not good enough. Raymond's the name. Though in Cyrodiil they say it as Reamonn. I studied there. Thought it was my ticket into the good life, only to end up back here. However, in retrospect, I wouldn't have it any other way. As we speak here, a lot of innocent blood is being spilled. And if I want to do something about it, there's no point in staying where it's safest. Until recently I used to, yes. Quite a bit of fun, too. Never leaving Arnima without a shiv hidden in your boot. Now you need a bloody armed escort. You must be the 5th mercenary he sent after his baubles. 3 of them dropped the venture entirely as soon as I told them what they're going up against. And the other 2 never returned. Let's hope you're the exception. The cave is located up the valley, past the exile camp and close to the falls. Also, I must beg you a favor. If you do manage to return, could you tell me of anything you find within the cave? Particularly anything related to the Dreveni,
Can't just simply pass on
or
how
anything
busy
pertaining
these
to Daedra
outdoor
worship.
landscapes are.
Was stumped as to what's making these witchmen so feral, and any findings you tell me of will contribute to this research. I'll tell the other priests of your help. May Stendarr grant you strength in your quest.
How comes you don't fight me?
There is, but be warned, this mode of travel isn't used often, for obvious reasons. First being that you're never sure if you'll come out the other side in one piece. If you're eager to see it, follow me.
Stop pissing me off.